Me and Jeff are just making a supply run into the city here. We're gonna go pick up some shells and a couple of fresh decoys for the trip out in September. We're gonna go try out and hammer out some early season ducks, hoping we're gonna get into a decent shoot. Got a new blind system set up. We're gonna see what we can work on the water. The weather's supposed to look good and everything like that, and we're gonna get out there for opening morning and see what the birds are gonna say when we show up. So hopefully all things go good.
I'm gonna be out there a day before Tanner. So unfortunately I'm stuck with quite a bit of the grunt work. Got to do some work on our blinds out there. Got to touch everything up. But dogs are in shape. Dogs are all ready to go. Same can't be said about me and Tanner, but hopefully we'll shake off that early season rust rather quick and go home with a few birds for dinner that night.
Well, I'm okay though. If you don't say no, then we can fly so far away. Ayo. Well, I'm okay though. If you don't say no.
It's just such a different situation that you're facing this early in the season, targeting waterfowl. You know, this time of year, I mean, you could have 25-degree weather during the day and it can duck right down to -5 overnight. Again, it's just so different. Everything is still green. Everyone's grass is still looking top-notch. So it's certainly different, and you know, it can throw a lot of curveballs at you because the birds, they absolutely don't act and react like they do during the later season. You really got to be thinking on your feet. In a lot of ways, hunts can come to you easier, but in a lot of ways, and oftentimes, it's a little more difficult to get into those, I guess you could say, epic shoots. Again, we find you gotta typically work for it a little harder. I'm scheduled to get out there before Tanner arrives and before any of the other crew arrives at the camp. So it's going to be falling on my shoulders to get most of the scouting done for the hunts for the week. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and seeing what I can find based on the weather. You know, it's shaping up to to be good shooting weather. The birds will hopefully be decoying well, but you know, it's going to all come down to what I can find and what I can see, and we'll kind of go from there. I tell you, it's looking like pretty slim pickings right now. It's really dry out in Flagstaff County right now. I mean, we've been dealing with a drought all across the province, and you know, it's being reflected in the amount of birds that I'm finding right now. I've been scouting for the last couple hours, not even seeing a lot of puddle ducks on the ponds. It's definitely going to be, we're going to have our work cut out for us on this go around. We're going to have to work for it, that's for sure.
It's very, very tiring. You spend a lot of time behind the wheel trying to find the fields, find the sweet spots. The birds tend to change their habits from year to year to year, and it's fairly exhausting. It's a lot of work, takes a lot of time. But there's a body of water about a quarter mile away that we know there's geese on. We're kind of sitting back waiting for them to lift off. We kind of pegged the field they were sitting on yesterday, and we're just going to see where they're going to land today, and probably going to go in there and see if we can squeeze a morning shoot out of them. You know,
it's really frustrating. We haven't come up with much over the last couple days. We're on day 3 right now, and just doing a pretty in-depth, lengthy scouting session right now. But again, it's slim pickings. We haven't seen a whole lot of birds. I mean, there's local birds around, but with the drought and the dry weather and the heat that we've had throughout the province this year, the birds just haven't been passing through, and they're still not passing through.
There's always a different difficulty. There's something new. A new hurdle comes up every shoot, every hunt we go on, something new comes up, and it's just tiring.
One thing I really enjoy about waterfowl hunting is kind of those rare, surreal moments you experience on the early morning as the sun's coming up and the fog's setting down. We had an experience like that the other day, and it was really, really cool.
just on our way to our morning shoot right now. It's about 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. We've got a sunrise of about 6:45, but thankfully we don't have a whole lot of chores to do once we get out there. We're basically situated right next to the water. It's a pretty gradual walk-in. Not a whole lot of work to actually get out there and set out decoys, so we should have those up and going within 10-15 minutes of getting there. I'll be working the camera mostly today. Hopefully get some good footage of Tanner doing his thing. But it's yet to be determined what kind of hunt we're going to get into. You know, once again, the moral of the story for this week has been few and far between as far as birds go.
There were some ducks there for sure. Yeah, I don't know if it was black with ducks, but there was quite a few. The shooting was a rough aspect. I'm pretty sure I downed every one of the birds that we got. Jeff was just, he said he got his limit the day before. I don't know if it's true or not. But the shooting was very, very awful for our first day, but that's to be expected. That's why we started with ducks instead of going after the geese right away.
Don't like people screw around. Don't like people get out of my town. See you playing by the pool table light. You're gonna get cracked, boy, right between the eyes. Your eyes are sunken like you did too much coke. Your girlfriend loves you, but she knows you're a joke. Let the blood runs down your hide along the coldest winter night, and they catch you crying. Let the blood runs down your hide along the coldest winter night, and they catch you crying.
Yeah, I mean, and anytime you come a little bit short as far as filling your bag limit when you're out in the field waterfowling, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, we came away with a good bunch of birds and got the process started on filling up the freezer for the season. You know, we knocked that proverbial rust off of our wing shooting, hopefully anyways. Got the dogs some work, and I'm really looking forward to our next outing out, especially seeing some of the other boys in the group. I mean, this trip was just myself and Tanner, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the guys. For more information on the WildSide or the WildSide Back to Basics, visit www.maximumlimitpro.com or our YouTube channel at the WildSide. Find us on Facebook at the WildSide or on Twitter at WS Outdoors or WS Outdoors Jeff or WS Outdoors T.
Historically, Jeff is a good wing shot. He's one of the top guys in our group for sure. We've had a couple of guys that came out and got pretty lucky. Whether it's skill they had or luck, that's up to judgment call. But Jeff is technically one of the better shots. Yesterday and today, not so much. He was struggling a little bit. There was a little bit of swearing going on in the blind. His shoulder is all bruised up. That speaks for itself. He wasn't shouldering the gun properly. That's always a bad start. Oh, hey. Okay. Relax. You're not my real dad.